tell the people about the musical disc coming your way.
Big Deal Sounds present Dub Stories Online Limited Series. Thursdays at 9 p.m. GMT plus 3.
Yeah, so I want to thank you for the link, and Papa Bingio obviously did it. And I know he explained to you what we are trying to do with the show. And
Yeah.
I am glad to have a sound from Antigua on the show.
Yeah, man. Respect.
Yeah, so I want to start it right away. And
Yeah.
probably start with introductions, find out who is Stonewall. And let's start, before we go to Stonewall, let's start with Whitney. Because I want to hear your story, where you started from, how you came into the sound system thing, and how you picked it up into Stonewall and started doing the dub plates and sound clash thing.
All right. Well, basically, it started back like, well, I can't tell where it started. Let me tell you about Whitney. Because when I used to go to school, I used to be into car stereos. So that's where it actually started. I used to install car stereos. When I started going to college, I started doing electronics at college. And I knew everything. I knew the practical, I knew the theories, I knew transformers, I knew capacitor diodes, you name it. I could actually build power supply, and I never do it before. I guess it was just something in my head. And then after I started doing car stereos, my father was a police, and when they have police week, I used to go with him and play music from 8-track days, you know? So those days is a little 8-track and a little one speaker. So I used to like music from since maybe I'm 13, 14 coming up. So after I finished from college, we started playing music. Myself and Berger started playing music at my house, just playing records, getting the little records and mixing and scratching. And there was something system named Boss Boys. Took us to a place called Frankie's every Friday night. So this guy came by me and said, "Boy, you're bad enough. When I meet E.T., E.T. bad, E.T. bad, say I have to go to shop, E.T. So, you know, when you're in your house, you can do everything. So the night I got to to Frankie's, you know, start trembling and everything. That's my first time out doing really. So started trembling and then, you know, started my little scratching and mixing and everything, you know, had the crowd going. And then I break into it. Then Saturday time, we used to go town and set up and play in town so people know us. So like every Saturday about midday, we used to go in town, set up the sound, 2 bass, 2 top, nothing too loud, and started playing music. And then we got invited to a school, a high school, Antigua Girls High School for Queen of the Farm. That was in 1989. We got invited to a Queen of the Farm, and they asked us to play. I said, no problem. And then after headmistress called me back, I said, what's the sound's name? I need to put the sound's name. What's the sound's name? And I was like, Burger, yo, what's the sound's name? We scratched, we looked for a sound name, we tried everything. And we actually went through a superpower record label. It was Idol Juby, Anthony Malvo, Tiger, and Stonewall Jackson. You know, on the Idol Juby, the remix. And so we went with the name Stonewall Jackson because we look at the record. Those days, you know, they used to have the record with Inner City and Stone Love and all those days, have on a dub plate. I would say, boy, let's go with Stonewall because, you know, there's a song in Jamaica named Stone Love. So let's go with Stonewall. And that's how the company named Stonewall 89, you know. But the sound was there before 89, but we never had no name. We were just DJing and go and play music. And then I would say about 91 is when we voiced our first dub plate. It was Vigilante, Rocky Dan, some Antigua artists. And then about 92, we went to New York and started playing New York and so on. And then we met Danny Jackson. He was singing over Dennis Brown's song, Love and Hate. That was actually our first international artist. Then we started with this guy, Rambo from Jamaica. There was this woman, Cheryl's Jeannie, that used to have a record shop.
Mhm.
She was telling us about dub plates. And so after that, we go to Jamaica. From there, I started voicing dubs. Luciana, we got Luciana from Christian. You understand? So like Luciana, Wayne Wonder, those are my first set of dub plates. Penthouse Studios. Those days, Penthouse is not actually voicing to dub plates. You understand? Penthouse was actually a 48 track studio. So we had to voice it to a cassette and then take it to Arrow's record factory and go and start press to dub plates. You know, so basically, I can say Penthouse is my first studio that I actually went and voiced. Luciana, Wayne Wonder, Beanie Man, what's the guy name? Give it up. Junior Tucker. Yeah, some of these guys. So yeah, when we went Penthouse, that was our first trip to Jamaica, like late '92. And after that, it was just straight war. When we came back, our first clash actually in '92 was a song from Trinidad. And then our second clash was Stone Love. So when we were young, when we were young in the business and just got into fire, we woke up with Stone Love with Repo and Roy, you know, and then there was Metro Media, you name it. There was just like pure clash. But before you reach that far, when we started '89, after that there was a song named Exorcist around here. Where Exorcist used to have a lot of clash. Not official clash, but we used to, anywhere we go. When we go dance, at the end of the dance, we always end up turning it into a little clash. We used to have 15 minutes, we used to have 10 minutes out for tune. You understand? And then after, we decided to go deeper in the waters, and then we end up now reaching out to Trinidad and then Jamaica. Trust me, I guess we just ran into this stuff. Never expected it. Because I think '93 is the first time we played King Ideas. So we ran into a lot of with a lot of big sounds from early. I think we have to play actually all the songs. Lisa Limited, Black Cat, Kilimanjaro, Bodyguard, you name them. Yeah, Love Injection. Most of the songs are the top names. We never played with David Radigan, but we play with 90% of the big songs around the world.
So 31 years, I think right now from 1989 is around 31 years in existence. That's
Yeah,
a very long time.
years.
Yes, and having met almost all the big sounds, if you can call them that, what are some of the memorable moments for Stonewall?
Well, basically, I could say Addis, my first clash with Addis, it was Babyface. That was one of my most memorable clash. Those was the 45 and dub plate days. And I can always remember we played Cocoa Tea, them sound on the threat. We played that on dub plate, and Babyface played at 45 earlier when we were playing our first hour. And now that we started to play now, dub plate, we say 45. Yeah, I put my phone on Do Not Disturb, but it's ringing. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I was saying our most memorable clash would be King Addies. I was saying when we started playing hour, his first hour, he played the Sound and the Threat on 45 by Cocoa Tea. And when we came back and played in our first set of when they say dub plate, when they say 45 Shop Lock, he cursed all night. He actually showed the 45 and saying that he played the song, it was a playover. But it was dub plate compared to 45 in those days. And then my other memorable clash would be second time we played Bodyguard. The second time we played Bodyguard was with Fire Links, because the first time we played Bodyguard, we won. and then we did a return dance, and we bought the fire list. The one before was with Blacker, right? Yes, and then the second one was with Fire Links. And that dance, I got to the dance late. When I got to the dance, Stone already played the first hour, and I didn't really know. So when I reached the dance, I started playing from a second half, like most of the songs that we voiced that time in Jamaica. I remember we just voiced like Warlords of About to Kill a Meaning, Warlords. So we just voiced those songs. When I reached the dance, all these songs already played off. It started Next Millennium, About to Killer, Who, all those songs already played off. So like when I was asking Burger for these songs gone. So that clash, we actually lost nearly all rounds except the third round. The third one is where we came back into the third round and played a 45 and actually win the third round. But that dance was a bodyguard dance from basically beginning to end. You understand? I can never forget that dance because, like, those days, everywhere you go in town, somebody harassing, boy, bodyguard, they'll kill you in the licks. Bodyguard beat you. So those things just make it stronger because, trust me, it was a learning process for me still, because those was the early 90s. Because, as I said, when we started clashing, it was clash from like 92 to 97 stop. There was back-to-back clash, back-to-back clash. We played with Mighty Crown. We played at the first clash here too with Bassy, Tony Matto and Stonewall. And next song from Antigua, Cancer. And we played Mighty Crown that same year. That was 2000. 2000 we played Mighty Crown. Mighty Crown was a good dance too. We got some beating from Mighty Crown 2002. It was amazing when the Mighty Crown just came out. That's some Japanese talking Jamaican, But there was some good dance. Trust me. The World Clash that we played with Mataran 2000. It was me and Mataran actually go down for tune. But we didn't say play tune for tune. We didn't play tune for tune because we won the rounds of the dance. And now it comes to tune for tune in that clash. Mataran tell the promoter that he add on one more round to the dance. You understand? So we already played all the round that was contracted, and then Mataran add on a 5-minute round. And because we say we're not playing the 5-minute round, he decided he's going to play 10 minutes. He's going to play Stonewall 5-minute round and his 5-minute round. And we didn't say about end up playing tune for tune. You understand? And he said he won the dance. But we allowed it there. But playing Addis differently, playing Addis Stonewall before he was Tony Macron. We clashed Addis maybe about 6 times or 5 times. Because we Addis used to clash regular. St. Thomas, St. Croix, Antigua. Yeah, we played maybe about 5 times with King Addis. So I think it was like back then it was like 2-3. Addis won 3 and we won 2 until this last time we played Addis this year. So I said the score between Stonewall and Addis would be 4-2.
Yeah, so 31 years in the business, and you started clashing quite early. So how deep would you say your box is? For 31 years.
That's a good one. How many tune in my box? I like that's a hard one to call it. I just shoot. I would score maybe about 1700. Yeah, maybe about 1700 to be correct, not exaggerating. Maybe about 70. We actually, I never really transfer all my dumplings up to this day to my computer. I still have some songs that I never transfer because when we started voicing dubs, actually back in the days, right? It used to be the regular songs. You understand? So it's a love song. Word, no nothing. I was gonna say Stonewall. So after now, the thing changed up where Trooper came in, with Jaro and started voicing songs different. We changed a lot of dubs. So if I was singing, if I used to have Nichi Kochi, I could remember and so forth. Now we got Big Gun Revive, Big Gun We Rise, So we started to go killing style. So there's a lot of dubs that still I have on dub plate that I haven't really turned over to my computers yet. But I would say, yeah, maybe about 17, 1800 songs that I know. Check my hard plates. Yeah, I would say that. But as I said, we voiced from 92. We were one of the lucky souls that Garnet Silk before Garnet Silk burst. Actually, there was this guy Shaggy Wonder that had this song "Under Battlefield Where the Soul Will Go," and we were looking for Shaggy Wonder because that was a big song back then. So we went around Roof Studio, around Ocherias, looking for Shaggy Wonder, and we buck up into this dread that wanted us to hear his song and voice his song. So first Garnet Silk is growing. We got that and never easy to know that he was Garnet Silk, he was going to burst out big because he burst out like if you leave Jamaica today, he burst big tomorrow. So after we went back now, when we went back to Jamaica, like about what, 93, because Garnet Silk died what, 94? Yeah, so we went back to Jamaica like about 93. It was a total different person. And he wasn't around Roof now, he was at Bobby Digital. So we couldn't even find him on Roof. We had to go Bobby Digital to find him. We met Tony Rebel, and Tony Rebel made the link. And that's how we lucky to get Garnet Silk from early before he reached over to Jawa to everybody. We got him from early. We got him from Talk If You're Talking, Evacuate the Premises. We got him early and bright.
Yeah, and over 20 years of cutting dubs, I know you must have some exclusive foundation artists in your dub box. Yeah, and 20 years
exclusive. Right? Didn't hear that.
Yeah, so 28 years of cutting dubs. Would you say is it a hobby?
Yeah, I would say cutting dubs right now is more like a hobby and pleasure. Because trust me, dub plate, especially going into Clash and so forth. If this is not you basically promoting a Clash right now compared to back in the days, you're not making no money from it. Because as you know, dub prices rise from then to now. Back in the days, there was no thousands. There was no thousand for a dub plate. Back in the days, maybe the most dub plate, expensive dub plate was like 600. You understand? But no, now dub is 1,000, 1,500, 2,000. So I would say basically this is basically a hobby because you have to do it for the fun of it.
Is it addictive? Would you say cutting dubs is addictive?
Yes, it's very, very addictive. Cutting dub is very addictive. Trust me. Yeah, man. Trust me. It's like trust me. You start, and especially if you have a vibes, if you're in a vibes, and you like this rhythm, every day, every minute, the next idea pop up for this rhythm. Let's put a story to this rhythm. So by the time you don't know, you get 2 more songs on this rhythm. So let's voice this other song. So it's like you just never stop. So maybe I would say maybe thank God for the COVID because there's COVID alone. Maybe not.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So tell me about
because just before the COVID,
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like just before the COVID, we were supposed to be having Clash History Clash 2, which is supposed to be Stonewall and Exorcist. We started History Clash last year, March 2019, with Poison Dart, where we won. We clashing Exorcist March the 28th this year, and just before March 28th, the week before, the country in lockdown. So everything just got hold. After voicing all them dubs, ready for a war the next week, lockdown.
Walk me through the early years, 1980, 1989. You're starting out. What was the scene in Antigua? Were there many sound systems before you?
No, there wasn't much. When we actually started, we met Boss Boys, which they never really had no MC. They was just like playing music. They were just DJs. There was Cancer. We came and meet Cancer. There was from Grace Farm. What is the right side, man? What is it? African Treasure. African Treasure. There was Bumpy Sound. Those were hardcore sounds. So basically, we used to have a place called Shantytown. And Shantytown was a more reggae vibes. So there was like Father Cancer, there was Bumpy at those days, but those days was like more Bob Marley, it was more Rasta style. Bob Marley, Bunny Wailer, those kind of songs. There was no too much up tempo. It was more hardcore, yeah. So after we came on the scene with Dan, Article Dan and so forth from 89, Gun in a Buggy and all them songs. So we started juggling those songs, and then like about 90, to be exact, about 91 is when we started talking microphone in Antigua, because before that it was like the DJs that used to come around your song, because there was a lot of DJs around the song when we started. There was like one ski tone of voice, like every DJ in Antigua used to be around the song. So like when we go out, the DJ that would use to come and talk the mic at the song, you know, and sing a song and that kind of stuff. So we never really got into the introducing tunes and so forth until like about 91. Understand? And we took off with that. So as I said, from 92, you know, it was like clash. It was like no clash for us. Those days, you know, we used to go to St. Thomas regular because there was like Dark Heart, so this so Dark Heart in St. Thomas. We used to go down there a lot. We play Addies, we play that. From the top, play so much sound in St. Thomas because we used to go there, as I say, regular. Also, Montserrat, that's our neighboring island in the Caribbean here. We used to go Montserrat for the carnival every year for a sound clash. And the interesting part about that sound clash, it used to be bring your sound and come. It was not anybody playing and everybody sound like nowadays. You understand? So we had to carry our system to Montserrat for the carnival time. And we used to go and win. We used to go and win out that competition. You understand? So, you know, we build our name. We work with, we used to go Senkits on next neighboring island too. I play on the regular. We played Metro Media. We played Bass Odyssey over there. We played a couple of sounds in Senkits, different. They have this girl, Sensi. She used to play sound, but we them from back in the early 90s. Played, as I said, we played nearly everybody, trust me.
Sound clash moving from Jamaica to the Bronx to England, Japan, Europe. And now I feel like Antigua is kind of an epicenter for sound clash because I see a lot of movement in sound clash in Antigua.
Yeah, basically you can say actually like we were the clash capitals. As I said, we had a lot of clash here. Different than Bermuda. It used to be Stonewall back in the days. You're hearing about sound clashes. Stonewall, Soldier One, King Addies, you know, Kilimanjaro, Bass Odyssey. Those are the names that you hear, you know, from the early 90s coming up. When you're talking about sound clash, you know, as I said, we used to have a lot of clash. As I say, if I look for some of the old flyers, I just say from the 90s, you know, those days, those flyers, I don't know, pictures. It's a black and white flyer. You know, yeah, man, we played alongside David Radigan, but it was never a clash. Yeah, we played alongside David Radigan for stuff they call Jam Zone. But different than Radigan, New York in the Bronx was the next clash capital for Stonewall. There was a clash with Shashamali and Stereo 5. But I wasn't in that clash. I should tell you about that clash. There was a clash long time we played with Shashamali in New York. Right on Burnside on the concourse. It was Shashamali, Stereo 5, Stonewall. But it was Burger that went a clash. I think it ended up being Shashamali and Stereo 5 because the sound system that Stonewall was playing at the time had some problem and they locked off that sound system, but it's not like they lock off Stonewall. Yeah, but a lot of clash we used to go New York regular. We play like Blood Posse, Up to Date Sound, Stereo 5, Young Hawk. Those are sound that we clash with regular in New York. Last year, New York, we were war is in the ear. We won that war last year. It was Stonewall, Jaworks from Japan, Young Hawk, a black label from Ghana. We won that last year, but because of the COVID, the one for this year has been cancelled. So we never get to do that this year. But yeah, but a lot of clash. Actually, I think my last clash before 2017 was about 2008, 2009, because I stopped clash for a bit back then. I think I played bass Odyssey. Last of the clash I think was bass Odyssey 2007, Mighty Crown 2007, and then Ricky Trooper. Ricky Trooper had his own song maybe about 2009. I went into equipment rental. I bought a new sound system, 40 channel boards, you know, and started getting the equipment rental, started doing for most of the shows. Then I came back into Sound Clash like about 2018. Yes, I came back into what, right? Yeah. My first clash was August 2018, from since about 2009 as my last clash. Where I played Stereo 5. Stereo 5 won that clash. But as I said, I ventured into different parts. You know, there's actually two entities for Stonewall: Stonewall International and Stonewall Reloaded. So Stonewall International is the DJ part of it, and Stonewall Reloaded is the equipment rental. You know, so we do full line for shows, stage, light, roof, and sound system. You know, so basically we interact with all the artists when they come here. You know, so we get to meet the artists, know the artists, and we get some good price.
Yeah. How is the sound clash scene in Antigua at the moment? Because I hear a lot of clashes going on in Antigua before the virus thing.
Yeah, man, a lot of clash. Irish and Chin was doing World Clash here. They call it the Rumble. Who win the Rumble here? Caribbean Rumble would go to World Clash. We used to have that. I have a clash every year, December. It's called Wadadley Island Clash. Every December for the young sounds them. There's a next clash called War is On. That happened every year, March. And as I say, like different clash. Because there are different sound system here that, you know, represent Antigua different clash. You have 3/7s, you have Cannabis, you have Poison Dart, you have Exorcist. There are other songs here that's into the clash different than Stonewall. There's real sound, you know, there. Yeah, King Warrior. There's a lot of young sound, upcoming sound, that, you know, doing the thing. So in Antigua, there's a lot of clash. A lot of clash. You can say actually maybe, let's say, maybe every 3 months you'd have a clash around here. Let's see, yeah, about that, because you know you have a clash March, the Caribbean Rumble, Dwarf here, that other last one with Code Red. With Code Red, what it is. Yeah, man, a lot of clash on a regular happen here. we were supposed to be actually clashing Soul Supreme in November of this year. But as everything just got locked down by COVID, we don't even know what to say yet because we don't know about how the country gonna be reopening between now and November, because the country's open but for regular and not for no party. So since we opened up in July, there have been no events. So I don't know if by November what's gonna happen. We were supposed to be on the war in New York for King Addies. What's that? World Fight Club. We're supposed to be that with the African sound being Dynamic and Supersonic. But everything got locked down, so I haven't really heard from nobody since then. But I just say we try to do as much as possible for the Clash arena, and try to keep the Clash business going in Antigua. We've been to London. Yeah, we've been to London too. I didn't mention that. We've been to London a lot back in the days. We clashed Love Injection, we clashed Saxon, some of the other stones around England to some of them small different places. We go Leicester, we go Birmingham, we go different places and do some events which are not clash. But our main clash was Love Injection. We won. That was in London, South London. That was like up in the 90s too. Don't remember exactly, yeah, maybe like about 97. We won that clash. It was Carpool Billy. I don't know if he's still playing Love Injection, but he played the sound at that time.
Okay. So I want to go straight into your memorable dubs.
Well, basically, this is one of my first Ghana Silk dub plate that I got. As I said earlier, this dub plate was not even meant to be. As I said, we was actually looking for an artist by the name of Shaggy Wonder, and we were around the Roof Studio, I'm holding on, waiting for Shaggy Wonder. We end up Vice and Jixie King, I'm around there chilling, and this Rastaman came to us and he said, I want to do this song for you. I just recorded this song, and he wanted to put it down. He said, I wanted to give a listen to my tracks, and we went into the studio and we voiced it one time. Back in those days, it's either you're gonna listen while that play and the artist sing. And we end up with this track. I'm gonna play this track. Give a listen. Alright, Bertha, Whitney, Rambo, Paul, and Peter Cole. Peter Cole, final 11 and I'm going to Dana. Then, all I feel so, same whole road, everyone, pick part and Peter. Your brother, pick up the Peter, so with the running. So, all is the stepping up. All is the stepping up. Oh, Lord. Oh, yes, it's rolling. Yes, it's rolling. No sound. So all is a stepping up. All is a stepping up. Oh, Lord. Oh, it's rolling. Yes, it is rolling. Sounds better. It's so long we can see the sound. Sounds better. Have you feel? Don't wanna kill another. Don't wanna kill someone else. It's rolling.
So that is before Ghana Silk burst out?
Say it again?
That was before people even know Ghana Silk.
That was before people used to know Ghana Silk. Trust me, I got that one Roof Studio. As I said, he was just there, and we didn't go and look for him. We were looking for Shaggy Wonder, as I said. and we end up with a Ghana sub, and it was give me anything. Yeah, and it's, I end up, like I said, I end up with Diamond as well. You know, he didn't need to have a price for the song. You understand? I don't even know what amount of money I actually paid. I could say maybe say 60 US. You know, it was not it was give me a food, for that song. You know, so I could say enough love, enough respect for the song, and rest in peace, Ghana Silk. But it was a song that we never expect would be this big. This my next memorable song I would say would be Hammer Mouth, tribute to Selassie. He was a headache. He was a headache to fight. They say he used to be a Jawas artist, but every time we used to go on Kilimanjaro studio, we could never meet Hammer Mouth. We meet everybody else except Hammer Mouth. Those days, like every artist is coming to sing for you, and so I was like, I went around Jaro looking for Hammer Mouth. I end up getting into actually an argument with an artist named Aitra Candy because we did that. So as I was saying, with the Hammer Mouth now, we were looking for Hammer Mouth up and down. As I say, he was a Kilimanjaro artist, and we had a clash. We actually wanted Stonewall and a big friend, Half and Spit. You understand? So we wanted a song. So we up and down looking for Hammer Mouth from here to there to here. Taking tax. We end up now. Aitra Candy was at the studio. He did us the voice and double it. We were telling the money is not really there to do thing until we know when we find Hammer Mouth what we gonna vice away. So he was like, oh yeah, I only want to vice artists away, everybody to eat. So we decided, we're gonna make it vice a song. So he actually vice so we call it kind of song is and after we made it vice in the song, he started calling some ridiculous money. He's money. We already told him, we don't want the sound nice, everything. He put nice thing in cut off cat. Well, I can tell you what, who came and started out the argument? It was Hammer Mouth. It was Hammer Mouth. And after, we did the Hammer Mouth, we actually did 3 Hammer Mouth. Because at the end of the day, we never know that he sang tribute to Selassie. We were looking for Stonewall, a big friend, and Half and Play. So after we revised those songs, those days was a secret hymn. I got this song named Tribute to Selassie, and it ended up being one of my foundation dub from since then until now.
What? Peace and peace, man. Greetings in his imperial. Yeah, you will up your straight up your for reality, man. Stonewall. What are you like? Church, Stonewall. I a tribute to Selassie, I the great emperor. All the world, him really think. All the greatness. So never you want to Selassie. Great opinion from the Alpha, let us go in for every master. And then you see no one. And not other idea. One month and one about them culture. And then do away the way. and the strength and power. So I live the one of them with Prince Stone after. If a reality you want, let me allow. So let me if a reality you want, let me allow. Witness. First let about my ruling one as Addis Ababa. 72 nations from all over. Out of front, Selassie, I the great emperor. In a 1830, a prayer warrior. When Selassie, I was against the Mussolini. I'm a short people, stop on a nuclear bomb, and they could not. I said they must in them get conquered. No up and no top and no backbiter. Could I ever never cross Stonewall? If a reality
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that was my little history with Hammer Ball. Now this other song that I'm going to play is Ninja Man. Let's find that one quick. This is a Ninja Man. No, this song, I can remember this song like yesterday, and I voiced this song. I voiced this song when I was going to play King Adi. I was going to play King Addies. Maybe my first touch with King Addies about 1993, and I went to Jamaica. That's when I voiced Garnet Silk and everything, and I voiced like 4 Tony Rebel. I voiced like 4 Freddie McGregor. But the most interesting part about this double voice was a Ninja Man. I voiced 2 Merciless, and I ended up voicing a Ninja Man. And the heart-touching part about this song is that I spent so much money with everybody else that's Ninja Man. You understand? And the funniest thing is about this, when we finished voice the song, I was hungry. And we went around the road to get something to eat with Ninja Man. Ninja Man comes around the corner, by one of these people that sell food on the corner. And there was a lot of youths that was around there. And tell you what, Ninja Man actually bought off the stall with the money that we just voiced his song for the youths and them. Trust me, trust me. Like, it was really touching, to see that, this man just doesn't sing, he just doesn't pity, and then he go on the corner because of me hungry, and then the same money, trust me, the same money that he just gets from us, from voicing 2 plays, he actually spent it off on the youths and them. Follow my fish and all, my bullard and everything, yeah, man. End up with this song, which was a very popular song back in the days on Stonewall and Ninja Man.
Original Stonewall, man. Them sound that kill everything. Well, easy. Original burger. Cherry. And where you say Ninja Man, you don't know something. Stonewall up here. No sound test. Come on. Remember your fire call and I know Stonewall up there. You can't challenge Stonewall. Come in, Ninja Man. Some boy come really because tell them one blood clot over a bad boy. Anyway. Jesus Christ, some boy, man. If you live in a glass house, don't fuck around. Stone wall. Live in a glass house, don't fuck with stone. God, give up. I am the Stonewall. And we don't deal with problem, son. And any sound disrespect, boy, you know we will be there now, go. If you live in a glass house, don't fuck around.
And tell you what, right? When we came back and we played King Addies, this was not a song that we expect would be in such a big song. This song pulled up maybe about 5-6 times in the dance, and when I said pull up, it was like salute. It was salute after salute for this song. Yeah, man. There was some cannons. There was one of the places that we used to play regular for cash is a place called Plantation, and there's some big cannons over there. I can remember one the time we played Metro Media, and Metro Media for say, wait, when there? This song, trust me, that song was basically end up being like one of Stonewall anthem up to this day. I can say, boy, when Stonewall play this song, you know, this song is pay forward. You have to like Stone and song. And it was that Ninja Man. Oh, let me tell you about this other one. Hold on, let me see if I can find this one. Okay. Now this song, you know, is a show forward. Yeah, man. From 1997, right? We are the first song to voice this song and to voice it in a combination. This song now was back in 1997. There was a show here in Antigua with Capleton and some more artists. So we were moving on with Capleton, we're taking Capleton around the place, you know, make Capleton more party. So I brought him over to my studio right here to voice a song. But he was with the next artist that, you know, he bring along with him, you know, so we could know him. And those was cassette days still, 1997. So after we voiced a Capleton, which one we voiced? Stop It Coming and Come. There was this song for Capleton, Stop It Coming and Come. We voiced that song. And there was this other artist with him by the name of Jackua. Jackua never did a song, nothing. He play this cassette for me. I'm gonna just voice this song before I'm come me and Sizzler. And it was Divine Rule. You know, and he never did that dub for nobody. So when he was here, I knew about Jackua that time yet, because as I said, he just voiced the song before he came on Antigua. And it was on a cassette. And he said, give a listen. And he played the song Sunny Day. Sunny Day, I will lead the way. And said, boy, you just put down them songs and, you know, keep it and walk it in come Antigua. And we sit down, we chat. And we end up and got this song. Well, we end up and got some Jackio song for free. You understand? Because he was looking to push, and this song ended up being a song that everybody up to this day try to play with the Stonewall box, because they know once they make Stonewall play this song, a problem, they know, yeah, they're not gonna win this round. And we end up with a combination actually, because Jackio boss when he was doing the song. So it wasn't the real combination, but it ended up being a combination. Give a listen to this one.
Like a cake, I still want to see the price and the fall. I'm just silent for violent. I'm just trying my trial. This is what I chat. I check you out, I'm cure them sickness. Bless them. Celestia is always Antigua, Stonewall, Babylon of fall. Celestia is always, yeah. Oh, no. Divide the road, it's the road, I am a fool, let them overcome, cause I am my in the summer, city of in summer, I've seen so many fall. In the summer, when I walk away. Hey.
Also, this song is one of the songs that killed King Addis in St. Thomas.
Until you reach the sky, it is days of joy. I'll fly away. Hey, From violence, we got this sponsor. Boy, I can Stonewall, come not still a gangster. Much a king and theater, come here.
Yo, and as I said, this one was not supposed to be a combination. It ended up being a combination because Jack, your boss, he was like, you know, that's it. I came and took the mic and come in. And this song, we played King Addies in St. Thomas. It was upstairs at a police station. And they actually destroyed the building from Capleton Park. And these days was the Yami Bolo and Capleton combination and so forth. And the job works with him, yeah, because I can remember it used to be double to 45 still all them time, right? And when we went to St. Thomas of the King Addies, the building was sheetrock, and the man named beat out the building. Trust me, I don't know if they ever had a next clash in that place. This other one that I'm gonna play, this is my final one that I'm gonna play. This one is one of Stonewall biggest song in their box. Is one of our biggest songs until now, and I can say still going. Now, this song is a Garnet Silk. Now, this Garnet Silk was my second set of Garnet Silk advice after I got the Silk. When we went back to Jamaica, clash, King Addies. Yeah. And as I say, this one, we were talking to Litter from Arrows, we were talking to Shelter Rock from what other studio there, I think of Record Factory. You know, we were doing some research, you know, where we could get guys saying they don't know because since he bust out, they're here, he with this man and he with this man. So we actually drive Jamaica looking artists till we went back out to Ocherias, come on drive, trust me, end up came back down the night. I still didn't get a link. The next morning is when Cherry from Cherry Jimmy got us a link with Bobby Digital, and Bobby Digital told us, yes, he has Garnet Silk. But it was hell to find Kingston, Kingston 13 on Bobby Digital studio. It was hard to find Bobby Digital because, as I said, those days it's taxi, you know, and we had to get address, and you know, it took us a while to find Bobby Digital studio. When we do find Bobby Digital studio, we buck up into, it was a Friday, or it was a Saturday, whatever day it was Garnet Silk Sabbath. And he is not coming out his house on his Sabbath. Trust me. So we went and, you know, couldn't get him to move. We tried and we tried and we tried. There was nothing to get him to move. I don't know if he was a Christian or a Rasta at the time, but he was a very, very powerful person, I could say, from then, because if we got into voice, if it was the Sunday that we got into voice's song, it was me and Burger, and Bobby Digital actually put us on to Tony Rebel the day, but I think it would be the Saturday, because I think he said the Saturday was his Sabbath. Yeah, and Tony Rebel actually tell us tomorrow, and you know, it's gonna cost this money, XYZ. And when we reach, you know, the Bobby Digital, Garnet Silk was there in his car, sitting and waiting. You know, if he tell us 8 o'clock and we got there like 10 past, he was, you know, on time, there sitting, waiting. And I could say, before we voiced the song, you know, we spoke a bit and so forth outside of Bobby Digital, and he and my selector took a picture, and they took a picture like this, you know, they do the Rasta thing,
Yeah.
you know, they took a picture like this. And from that day, my selector turned a Rasta, for God is to touch him. Never, ever cut his locks again. From God is to touch him. Well, with him, I feel different now. From that day, God is touch him. Took a picture like that. I have the picture. You know. God is touch him. From God is touch him and do so. That's it. Turn Rasta. Life change. That was a big of Rasta, brother. You know, God is touch you and change you. And trust me, this song, you know, been an anthem. We can play this song anywhere in the world and it's so forward. Yeah, man.
Your wall is standing.
And we got a special cut. We have the cut with the prayer. We don't just have the regular cut.
Its foundation is in the holy mountains. Lord God, Jah the Almighty, over the gates of time, with knowledge you can take out. Glorious things are spoken of thee, O city of God. Selah. Mention of Rahab and Babylon to them. Behold, Philistia and Tyre with Ethiopia. This man is born there. In Isaiah the chapter said this, and that man was born in her. The highest himself shall establish her. For the Lord God, Jah the Almighty, shall conquer the divided of the people that this man was born there. As well as the singers of the players on instruments shall be there. All my springs are in thee. Oh yes, Rasta, alright. Oh yes, Rasta, yeah, yeah. Oh yes, Rasta, yeah. Lord is a shepherd, I shall not want. Maketh me to lie in green pastures. Leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He restoreth my soul. Splashing, dashing, restless sea. Ever still you seem to be sometimes angry, sometimes sad. Sometimes the love is though you're glad. Splashing, dashing, restless sea. Ever still you seem to be sometimes angry, sometimes sad. Sometimes the love is though you're glad. Although I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, because Jah is with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Splashing, dashing, restless sea, ever still you seem to be. So
Yeah, man, and trust me, from that day until up to this day, anytime I play this song, and I must say, you know, also, yeah, man, R.I.P. to Bobby Digital, because this dub plate that I play up to this day is very, very, is clean, and this dub plate came from a record, but basically we recorded in the 48 track studio. Those at Bobby Digital and that, and then took it. We pressed this one of the Music Works. This is one of Music Works, and up to this day, I took that song from a 45, and everybody can believe how clean, you know, this song is. So I must say, you know, tip of my to Bobby Digital, rest in peace. But yeah, Studio Works, fat, you know.
Yeah, so from 1992 up to date, Stonewall is still actively clashing, and you've clashed most of the pioneer sound systems. And looking at then and now, what are some of the changes you've noted in Sound Clash?
Well, Sound Clash changed big time then to now. Back in the days, you know, it was soft talk, introduced tune. You know, it wasn't not kind of hype. Now it's a total different story coming from then to now. You know, and our next big song in our box those days was Colonel Lloyd and what's his name? You know, John Wayne. And if you realize from where we're coming from then, it was a different, you know, it was more calmer compared to now. Now, Sound Clash changed. Sound Clash is a totally different story. Nowadays, you have to have speech and counteract with your song. Before time, you're going to just introduce a song, you know. Yeah, coming up next, we got Garnet Silk, you know, bam, bam, bam. It was a nice talk. But now you have to have a passion behind song to introduce the song. Songs nowadays don't last like the songs back in the day. I can remember when we voiced Garnet back then. We can play, as I said, we can still play it up to now. You know, we're playing Garnet from then. Every dance, you know, it's like more fire from then to now. Nowadays, the new artist songs they don't last long, but now they're more expensive. You know, my voice one of the new artists. The song My Heart today. You know, the next week you might play it. You might have to flip the rhythm because it don't last. But you know, it's a new generation still. I don't know. I should say maybe I live all the generations in Sound Clash, but it's a next generation where you just have to adapt your lifestyle and say, you know what? If you want clash, you're gonna have to adapt. You know, because this is what the young generation want.
Yeah.
You know, some of the artists in them that I have in my box, no. That I would think I would never voice. You understand? I would say, boy, nah, we don't want artists there, you know. But then you just have to just adapt to the new generation. And I started, as I said, basically around 17. From around 17, I started my son. So that's why I used to play sound. I used to play sound from a little boy. And it's a total change. When we used to be coming up from, when we coming up playing at Shantytown, because we started playing at Shantytown too, back in the 90s, coming into 2000. And there was one era that when we used to go Shantytown, we would start at 6 o'clock. And by 2 o'clock in the morning, the dance empty. Then there was one year, maybe like 99, 98, somewhere around there. So one of those days, we went to dance like 6 o'clock to start the dance. And there were maybe about 15 people. Then about 10 o'clock, there was maybe about 80. And then about 12 o'clock midnight, there was about 3,000. You understand? So there was an era, the dance, the whole era change of people going out. So yeah, people start to come and dance now, 12 o'clock, and dance finish 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning. You understand? And we met that era. We were in that era. So I have to say, you know, it is just a new era again. It's a new generation, and things change because, as you know now, people go dance at 1 o'clock. Clashing Antique starts like about 1 o'clock. Don't care how we say 11 o'clock. Clash starts in Antique like about 1 o'clock. And we finish like about 5 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, yeah, you know, and right. Before times where we used to play the song, we used to play a whole song. We used to go to play the song until the song finish and stretch out. Now, by the time you play the first line of the song, it's time to change the song. The mixing faster, everything is a totally different era. You know? Yeah. Nobody wants to hear the rest of the song. They want to keep the hype. So, you know, you have to adapt to it. You know, I'm just saying, you know, we have members that Burger haven't been playing the song since maybe about 2000. Burger left the song. Then, you know, me and Tick, because me and Father Lion, you know, because there was there's a lot of members around Stonewall. You know, we have Junjun, we have Father Lion, there was TikTok, they had Burger, you know, there's Walla, they had Sir Lance, you know, there was supposed to be with DJ Anderson. You know, these are the guys that actually start off the sound system. Burger, DJ Anderson, Junjun, Father Lion, they was there from foundation. Father Lion and Junjun is still around. DJ Anderson is still around, as he say, but you know, he don't really come up play, but he always come and support. You know, we have new generations. We have Walla, we have Sir Lance, we have DJ Pepper, we have ENJ, DJ Dre, Slick One, you know. These are new guys that basically on the sound. I'm still there, you know. Never give up. But the new generation, you know, they would more adapt to the newer songs faster than me. A new song might come in, I might maybe have to take a month. They might take a day to like it, to like it and understand it, you know. But I would say Sound Clash, in a sense, changed totally from back in the 90s to now. It's a totally different era. The rhythms, don't care how much they build a rhythm, all the rhythms still come from the original foundation rhythm. Don't care all the new rhythms they hear, they make and everything. Just a new computer age, where they made it a little faster, but all these rhythms come from some other rhythms, which the younger generation now might not know. You understand? Because most of these rhythms that I can listen to a rhythm now, and I can hear the older rhythm, you know, they might not know. Yeah, they might just change a different instrument in the rhythm, you know, and make it sound a little different. But dancehall, I don't know if I should say it's getting better or it's getting worse, but it's gonna still be dancehall forever. It's gonna still be Sound Clash. Don't care how you see it. Some people might say, oh, he mash up. Some people might say, no, he done it that. But you have to understand there's going to be a new generation because it's not going to be Whitney and Burger forever. It's not going to be Whitney forever. So if you want the sound system to carry on, you know, we have to pass it on. Right? We can't wait until it's too late. As I said, we have some new guys that, you know, we put on the song. I have to put on the one in the greedy. Because, you know, in a sense, I'm going to go find somebody in their 30s and in their 40s that don't want to leave the house. That's to find somebody that young, that want to go every party. And because when I started with the music, there was nothing that missed me. Nothing. Anything that call an event, I'm going. Anything that name a rhythm, you know the rhythm before the rhythm release. Nowadays, I'm not on top of my game like that. You understand? Back in the days, I used to do like that. So you have to have the new generation that's into it, that know all the chronic law, that know all. Because I come from the Buju and Berries, you know, Daddy Blue and all those days. That's where I come from. So I do adapt coming up the line to the new artists I do, your Cartel and all that come up the line. You know? Yeah. So yeah, man. I would teach them and then they would teach me the new one same way. So at the end of the day, if you want the music live on, that's my point of view of it. Somebody might have a different point of view, but that's how I see it has to live on because me can't ever think, well, you know what, you can be with me forever. You know, because what I was basically inclined with knowing these songs, like growing up, I used to hear this song for Yellow Man. Hey, Mr. Prime Minister, why concrete factory so close to the sugar factory, I was like, you know, right? Yes, you understand? And I never understand that song until I go to Jamaica. And on one side of the world was the cement factory, and the other side of the world was the flour factory or something. So when I used to hear that song growing up as a little boy, I think Yellow Man had Under Pressure, and he was Alicia or someone that coming up. But there was someone that sang these things. And Yellow Man was saying Mr. Prime Minister, why the concrete factory so close to the flour factory or something? And I never understand this until I go to Jamaica. Because they were on one side of the road and the one is on the other side. So that means if the concrete going to lump in the dumping, they're going to get hard. You understand? So some things that you never really understand in the music. Like, I'm older now, I may not adopt and these young guys are saying when they say bust a rubber clip. But the younger guys have to tell me what you mean. You understand? So at the end of the day, you know, the generation changed and the music changed because my style got always been my style. No, as I said, you can carry a water, you can carry a horse and pan, you're not going to drink the water. You can force it, you're not going to drink when you want it. So you have to look at it, that the young generation here and them to take over, they can how we try to stop and they can we think, yeah, I am the giant. No. You have to look for new bloods, you know. The business is going to change as you see Chronic Lar and TJ and all of them coming up right now. That don't mean that Buju is not relevant. That don't mean that Beenie Man is not relevant. You know? You know, they're still relevant, but it's just a new generation. We just have to adapt and we just have to go out and support the Sound Clash no matter what.
So thank you so much for being part of this, and I thank you for the link. And I hope we can also link up again in the near future.
Yeah, man. Thanks for the platform. Respect. Anytime you're ready for an interview, you can always link me. I'm always really, ready and able. I'll just say, music is my life and my everything. That's where I work. My only job is music. I just say if I'm not doing sound clash, I'm doing engineering, setting up for shows. So music is what I love. And until my dead, music forever, Stonewall forever.
Yeah. So yeah, Whitney, thank you so much, and I'll let you go, and we'll catch up again soon.
Yeah, man. Respect, man. Blessed.
Bless her, brother.
All right.
Listen me, this is Bass here, I represent for the big deal sound. Hear me now? The real deal sound from Africa. I know straight out of Compton, big deal straight out of Africa. The motherland, hear me now, man? I know sound better than. Yo, warm to them.